And welcome. Tampa Bay Buccaneers suffered defeat at the hands of the Detroit Lions. The Lions moving forward to take on the San Francisco 49ers for the NFC Championship game next week. Unfortunately for the Bucs, the offseason will start tomorrow. While I really admire the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' effort this entire season, the Buccaneers have really surprised a lot of people and been guns blazing, swinging for the fences all year. The Bucs ultimately fall short today, and I think while Baker Mayfield's last play, the interception, is going to be the talking point and the narrative for a lot of people, in reality, I think the game was lost by the Buccaneers' defense. Todd Bowles had a really, really good opportunity here to be challenged by a young, up-and-coming star offensive coordinator and show that, I can go match wits for wit with you, match wits with you, and be able to, come up with a scheme and a game plan and strategize some good defense. And unfortunately for the Buccaneers, while that was the case in the first half, the Buccaneers go to the locker room 10-10 at the intermission, right? Defense was playing very well. In the second half, the Detroit Lions scored 21 points on Todd Bowles' defense and really probably could have kept scoring, honestly. I think one thing that was disappointing at the defense in terms of players, Antoine Winfield Jr., a young, budding star player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. While I'm not taking anything away from Winfield, you just didn't hear his name as much as you normally hear his name. So just a tough day all around for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. I really felt like they were a big part of that. Baker Mayfield's play in the second half, really from the last drive of the first half, finding Mike Evans a couple times, the big run he had, and then the touchdown pass to Cade Otton to tie it up before the break, on through the entire second half, up until his last pass of the game, I thought Baker Mayfield was tremendous. I thought he showed a lot of grit, a lot of heart. Just a lot of times the Buccaneers got the ball down and basically needing to score or the game was going to be over. And Baker Mayfield and just the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense really showed championship caliber grit and put the team in a position to stay in it and stay alive. So Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, 2 picks. He finishes the postseason with 6 touchdowns, 2 picks, and 600 yards passing in 2 games. I've been on the train since the moment the Bucs signed Baker Mayfield. Yes, I believe he'll be back. Yes, I think he should be back. This performance, that last play, none of that dissuades me in the slightest. Baker Mayfield should be the Buccaneers quarterback moving forward. I honestly believe that the Buccaneers defense really put Baker Mayfield and the offense kind of backs against the wall a couple separate times in this game. And the offense battled back, to their credit. So, unfortunately, not enough to get it done in the end. Big game by Mike Evans, which was nice to see. Of course, he had the drop, which is unfortunate. And I was on record all week. We talked about this on the Mr. Bucs Nation podcast as well. I really disagree with Baker Mayfield even going back at C.J. Gardner-Johnson. To me, Baker Mayfield should have taken the approach that it's kind of beneath me to even respond. Just take the high road. And he chose to kind of take jabs and poke back. And unfortunately, Baker Mayfield winds up throwing an interception to C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Of course, not on a bad play by Baker, nor was it necessarily a good play by Gardner-Johnson, just a bad play by Mike Evans. Regardless, nevertheless, the result is an interception by the guy who called you out, and then you called back out. So, unfortunately, that'll be a narrative for the Bucs and Baker as well. Either way, the Buccaneers offseason starts tomorrow. Just want to take a minute and congratulate them for really a great season. It's hard to have a reflective perspective this close to the end of, just being in something. I mean, you're still kind of in it, right? It literally just happened. But this was a tremendous season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. From start to finish, the Bucs were not supposed to be where they are or where they wound up, and nobody would have given them a shot to get to the spot they got to. So credit needs to be given to Todd Bowles, to Baker Mayfield, to Mike Evans, Antoine Winfield Jr. I mean, just on down the line, the Buccaneers shocked a lot of people making it to where they made it to. And even in this game, Nobody gave the Bucs a shot, and the Bucs had an opportunity to win the game at the end. So hard-fought season, and it gives you a lot of excitement heading into the offseason for what Tampa Bay could do moving forward. Either way, the season will end and the offseason will start. That'll give us some more fresh new talking points. Can't wait to dive into them. That concludes your 2023 Tampa Bay Buccaneers season.